quite a time to process. It's been a pretty raw, little emotional weekend we've had.
In a good way.
In a good way. Yeah. It feels like maybe in some small way, like the world bumped a little bit left for a second, which is an exciting feeling. The last time I felt that way was when Obama won North Carolina. It's like, are you kidding? Obama won North Carolina? It doesn't happen.
So it's a total surprise, but does it make you feel proud? For some musicians, prize is not that important. I believe with the Grammy Spirit Awards, it's a different thing. It's a full circle, something that you couldn't have expected, but that makes you feel proud or glad at least.
Yeah, very, very proud and very glad because, you know, it's nice. There are a lot of strangers involved with the Grammys and the Brits, you know, and a lot of industry people that we wouldn't normally come into contact with, and to have them appreciate what we do from kind of a different world is really, really wonderful. It makes you feel like, you know, it makes you feel part of a greater community in a way that you feel connected to kind of Nashville songwriters in a way you did before, which is a positive thing, I think.
And one very last thing was also awkward, but now that we watched it on TV, and you recommended people to Google Arcade Fire, so must have been a bit awkward for some people in the audience there as well. Was that annoying to you, or did you take it with a big portion of humor as you saw?
I think it was definitely a joke, but also our friend Ben Salmon, the day after the Grammy, sent us like a Google, like a screen grab of a Google thing, and then the number 10 Google query for that day was, "Who is Arcade Fire?" Which, to me, that's a great market success. To have like half the country be like, "That's what I'm talking about," and half the country be like, "What the hell is that?" That's kind of always our goal when we perform.
It doesn't get more viral than that. Okay, another question. Please, you in the middle here.
Hi, I'm Mark from Switzerland, and Will, you mentioned that the music videos have died. Now you want to re-establish it as an art form, I understand, and you did it also with We Used to Wait before this film. Now in my country also the music television has died. It's become a dating and ringtone television. What are the channels you're looking for? And what is your motivation to invest so much money into this art form?
Well, when you know, the way people consume music videos now, you go and, like, one of our top viewed videos of all time is a fan video. It's someone made from a Isaac Cage, cutting together, you know, stuff from the Sergio Leone film, which is probably totally illegal. Which is really, I mean, it's a really cool aspect of modern culture, but at the same time, I think we wanted to have some sort of say in our own visual legacy in terms of 30 years from now, you know, when some computer virus crashes all the computers and people have to dig out old DVDs to see what life was like in the early 2000s, that, you know, there's some record of what we were thinking about visually, and we didn't want that to get completely lost just because of the times that we live in, you know, because, you know.
And we have shied away until now from investing in visuals because it has seemed a little silly, but I mean, with the Wilderness downtown, it was Google's money. And with this project, it was kind of too good a chance to pass up working with Spike, just because he's you know, maybe the best music video director ever. You know, he's up there. He's one of the titans of that young best billboard industry. But you know, so we couldn't really pass up working with Spike.
I have we've got 5 more minutes, so please in the middle.
Hi, I'm Kathy. I'm working for a local newspaper, I got an email today from my brother. We talk a lot about music, and he didn't actually know I would meet you today, but he was like, you know, Arcade Fire, what's up with their obsession with falling bombs? So I was just thinking I'd pass the question to you.
What?
Obsession. I don't know if that's the word. I don't know. You know how like Bruce Springsteen writes a lot about driving or whatever? Or Dylan writes about how the times are changing. It's kind of one of those type of deals. It's just part of the, you know, and I think in this film, the kind of war science fiction imagery is, it enables you to get out of yourself in a way so you can see some kind of simple emotional truth and maybe see it from a slightly different angle. You know, that's why Orwell wrote 1984 and didn't just talk about how communism was kind of dangerous. It's a lot more boring to talk about it. It's better to show it.
Where is the film going to be shown? Is it going to have a release somewhere?
It's a great question. It's going to come out in, you know, some sort of DVD form, probably in like May or June, and they'll probably do that.
So it won't go through the cinemas?
Unless 30-minute short films start having a huge draw.
It'll make some festival rounds. It'll be the Southwest Film Festival in Austin, and we're submitting it for other festivals as well. So we hope to do that.
And then we'll get in like dollar cinemas or something because it's so short. Yeah, I pay $1. But to be honest, the mode of distribution, we're kind of figuring out as we go. We just wanted to make it. We didn't want to miss the opportunity to make the film, and yeah, we'll figure out how to get people to see it.
What happens to you guys after Berlin? My last question. Now, where are you going?
We go home.
What's the weather like in Montreal? You know, have you seen the weather report lately?
Oh.
It's not too late to divert the plane.
All right, any more questions? Please.
Hi, my name's Anne. I write for a blog called Project, and I would like to come back to the movie, if that's all right with you. I was just wondering, I know that you were involved in the whole writing process, of course, but to what extent did you actually help with the visual translation, or did you leave that totally up to Spike Jones?
Will was actually the script supervisor, which meant he was like right in there every second, every day, making sure all the Coke cans were facing the right direction after every shot. But no, I mean, we obviously the kind of how he films things is totally his own thing. We were more concerned about the storytelling and
I mean, we talked a lot about images, and some of the scenes in the movie are just straight up, you know, like the riding the bikes at night scene. We talked a lot about wanting to get that picture of you know, the kid's face as he's looking and seeing these weird things happening. And we talked. There were a handful of images like that we kind of talked about, but definitely in the moment it was Spike and Fraser, who's the director of photography, where it was in their very capable hands. The writing process though was really fun because we had all these tapes of kids from Austin, like casting tapes of them just kind of talking about their lives. And it was incredible how open, you know, there's some stranger saying, do you want to be in a movie and talk about yourself? And it was really 300 or 400
15 to 17-year-olds, like really just talking about their lives in such an open way. And that was really a lot of the inspiration from the script, and the story just kind of came from the kids themselves that we found, and we were really interested in, like the two leads were already buddies, were already friends, and just kind of seeing some of the way that they interacted. And just kind of really kind of getting into their world was actually really great to kind of be 15 for about a week.
No, we talked a lot about film stock and color correction at the end, film stock at the beginning. We would have loved to have done the whole thing on film, but didn't want to spend all the money in the world. So the nighttime is on the Canon 70, which looks pretty good for nighttime. And we went with 60 millimeter for the daytime, right? Or 35. So we kind of talked about that, kind of the aesthetic experience, like the broader context of it, and then at the end we were, like, oh no, that's too cold. Oh no, this scene's too warm. We get very persnickety about ambiance because we're good at ambiance. So and as far as that world of the movie, we talked a lot about that. Like, oh, this scene needs to be darker. Like, let's knock some lights out of this room because it's not creepy enough, And we'd be talking with Spike about that as it was going on.
We got one more question, and let's go to this young man here.
Do you want to stop? Don't be cold.
Okay, you probably.
The question is, you have unusually many members in your band. So can you tell me a little more about dynamics in the band? How do you decide about who's going to do the movie, who is not, who's going to come to Berlin, who the rest of it is not, are there jokes? Let's go.
They're so jealous that we had to go to Berlin while they got to go home. With this band, it's kind of every song is a different project, so there's so many projects on this record, 16 of them. And like anything, there's certain songs that people are really passionate about some detail of it, or so it kind of naturally works itself out, to be honest, because there's a lot of work to be done with all the different aspects of the band. So, and then last question back over here.
I am Eugene, and I write for a magazine called Mittelschön. And I was just wondering, you and Spike Jonze must have grown pretty close over the past few months. And which adjectives come to your mind when you would have to describe Spike as a person?
Short. He's young at heart. It's a hairpiece as well. He's bald. He's short and bald. Really pretty cold. He wears a latex mask. And he's got a beard too. Washing his face. Spike. I mean, you got to start doing films of like skateboarders and BMX stuff, and he still does that every summer. Like more than anyone I know, he's still relates to making big movies exactly how he related to holding a camcorder when he was 15. And so it's been really inspiring to hang out with someone that completely, in the world of film, whose approach to their craft is in the same world as our approach to our craft, where you're just trying to take something pure that's the reason that you want to do in the first place, and stay true to that. So it's been cool to get to know him for that reason. And he is really short.
Thanks a lot for that last answer.
All right, thank you very much. Bring this out.
Actually, 3 of us stand around and maybe do it.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah, double duty. What are we doing?
Just kind of fun of this.
Okay. Ta-da.
I'll look in this direction.
Sorry, can you one step forward? All together. Sorry, okay.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thanks,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, take the full set. One and one.
Thank you.
I know it's very unprofessional, but I'm a big fan. Yeah, I just bought it today.
We have no current plans, but we would like to. I think it's a part of the world I definitely want to see, but I'll probably see it before we play there.
You're coming back to Portugal in July. What is your feeling?
Please come to Romania. We're desperate.
So sad. I mean, we're glad to get to come back, but that was like soon. But it's on our list. It's on our meeting.
Yeah?
It's on our meeting list.
We're never going to get out. Yeah, we have to move
That's
on.
pretty good news. Thank you.